Hello, everyone. I'm going to take you through what my expectations are for your writing notebook. Quick overview, I'm going to give you some basic information, and as I mentioned, I'll tell you what the expectations are for myself as well as what you can expect to be putting into this writing notebook. So, some basic information. For your writing notebook, it's going to be in Google Classroom, it's going to be 100% digital, and it's going to be a document that you'll be writing in and contributing to regularly as you go through the writing process. So, my expectations for you are to keep the writing notebook up to date and to follow the directions of each prompt that you're given. Here's some of the things that you can expect to be putting into your writing notebook. And these are all kinds of different categories and things like that. And here's what I want you to notice. The first one is probably fairly expected, free writing about thoughts, observations, questions, and opinions. But then you're going to have lists, story webs, snatches of sentences and paragraphs and pages of writing. You're going to have different prompts that call for different lengths of entries, for example. Not every entry is going to be a super long one. Sometimes it's going to be just a sentence or two. Dialogue and snippets of conversation, poetry, other people's writing that to use as inspiration. You might even put a photograph or a sketch in there. Experimenting with different genres and forms of writing. Maybe you think you're a huge fantasy writer, but one day you try historical fiction and you find that you really like it. Experimenting with craft. So pay attention to those words, experimenting. You're going to try, even if you're not sure if it's going to work. That's what writers do. You're going to try out some mini lesson ideas. You're going to be writing in the margins of entries. You're going to be leaving comments for yourself and refer back to some of those entries. You're going to have new entries inspired by rereading old entries. Sometimes I'll prompt you to take a look at something that you wrote before and reflect on it. You're going to be writing about your reading. So pay attention to those independent reading books because they're going to start factoring in during this part of the unit. You're going to be researching about topics of interest. Writers, even if they're only writing about fiction, still have to research sometimes. You're also going to be journaling about your reactions and feelings about the world and your experiences, and sometimes your reactions and feelings about what we're reading in class, and memorable objects and artifacts. Maybe there's a necklace you have that you've had since you were very small, or maybe there is. Your baseball glove that you used when you were in Little League, things like that. Those are things that you might end up writing about. So notice that um, these aren't just writing prompts. These are all different lengths and they're about different things and they're not just about you drafting your story. And you're going to try different things that are outside of your comfort zone as far as writing is concerned. And you're going to see what you like and what you don't like. So, to recap, you've gotten some basic information about your writing notebook, and I can't wait to see what you do. Let's get into it.